This don't matter. Hold on, actually, I gotta make sure. Cause y'all might not even be able to hear shit. Actually, while I'm waiting, let me go ahead and do some shameless promotion. Shit still ain't fucking. That's all I wanted to do. It's literally all I wanted to do. Put the mission right there. Who he's not I smoke strong, not Popeye. Oh, wait. Is. What just happened? Alright, there we go. My bad, I'm just trying to get some things together. Also, killing some time. Oh shit. Dev is live. Let me pull him up on my iPad. Where is he? Which I need to charge. Oh, you playing Resident Evil? What's going on, my people? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Goji. Um, this is gonna be a little something different. This is gonna be less about the gameplay and more about the conversation. Um, I didn't realize that was that phone. Um, it'll be more about the Let me delete this shit so we can start fresh. There'll definitely be gameplay in the background. We're gonna start a fresh world. Not to be confused with, the other one. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do multiplayer only because I might get some people in here to roll with me different days, depending on how I'm feeling. Again, this is we're beefing everything up. 3, no hunger, well, low hunger, low stamina. 3. As soon as I pull him up, he get offline. That's actually hilarious. So, we're gonna put our health regeneration at 2. Damage structure down. Number of items. We're putting it up. It's only gonna, for the most part, it's only gonna be me in here. So, and again, the gameplay isn't what matters. Really, it's the conversations that's gonna be being held. Equipment durability loss. We're gonna drop that all the way down. Meteorite. Can I get it to exactly 300? Yeah, we need 299. Whatever. Incubation time all the way down. Death penalty. We're not dropping nothing. Number of bases up to 10. Number of pals 50. We gonna actually no. I don't need to overload my PC. We're gonna do 30. That's my number of structures, no limit. We're gonna put randomization over complete randomize. We're not gonna randomize the levels. We're gonna keep the levels, whatever levels the areas are. Enable fast travel. No. Yes. Boom. Start. Now we can make our character, and then we can get into this conversation. What is our name? I didn't change my skin tone. That's crazy. Whatever. Um, do we want to start on moving characters just for that? No. Yeah, there's this like narrative going on in the gaming space that gaming is dead, and to be completely honest, it's not that it's wrong. Oh, huh, Gale Wings. I mean, Night Wings. That's crazy. And a fucking Astagon. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Alright, bet. This is what we asked for, right? Um, Let me turn this up a little bit more. That should be better. Yeah, it's not that it's wrong necessarily. It's just the conversation is extremely disingenuous because people aren't talking about why gaming is dead. People are just claiming that gaming is dead. And there's a lot of reasons why you can consider gaming to be dead. Oh, oh, fuck. They are on my body. Oh, man. I feel like anywhere I go, I'm dead. It's really just a lot of all high levels. It's really just a lot of people just claiming it's dead and not being able to explain why. Because nobody has any real conversation. I mean, any real like. Nobody knows how to have any real conversation. And it's partially understandable, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't know what you're talking about, just don't talk about it, right? There's multiple reasons why you can consider gaming dead. One of them being the fact that a lot of these studios that used to focus on, oh my, I'm loving this randomizer, but hating it at the same time. A lot of studios that used to focus on like a lot of single player games and a lot of good games, they've been either coerced or basically shown that it's better to create like live service games because there's a lot more money in it. So there's a whole lot more money in it. And as someone who's sitting here right now playing what is technically a live service game, it's less live service and more this is early access. It's not even at 1.0 yet. I'm really just running for my life right now. Not even 1.0 yet. So it's not a full game. But as someone who I didn't activate that eagle statue. That's actually funny. Technically, damn, there is so much crazy shit over here. I'm, like, a part of the problem, I guess you could say. I do play a lot of live service games. I do play a lot of, games that are old at this point. I frequent Fortnite. I buy battle passes on Fortnite. Not every battle pass, but I buy them. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I buy skins on Fortnite. I played Destiny and Destiny 2 for extremely long. I wish I could pull up my PlayStation right now to show the amount of time I put into Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 because I was a Destiny fan, like a heavy Destiny fan. And I don't stray from that. I know what I like. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when the conversation and everything becomes gaming is dead because one thing or another and you're not able to articulate why, it's just like I can express that I know for a fact live service gaming, even though I participate in it, is ruining gaming. It's messing gaming up because studios are focusing more on that than on what people actually want, which is good quality games. Like not every game needs to be. Did I catch him? Did I catch him? I caught him. Not every game needs to be, live service never ending. You can end your game every once in a while. You feel me? But when money is talking and you're seeing that, okay, while people are saying they don't want these live service games, these are the games that people are spending the most time on. There's this thing where like for the past, I want to say since COVID, where the top played games for PlayStation 4 and 5 have been live service games. It's been Madden, it's been Fortnite, it's been 2K, it's been Call of Duty, things like that. Where it's like these are the games that people complain the most about that they don't want, but these are the games that are also being played the most. So you can't complain about not wanting something, but at the same time the numbers showing and proving that no, this is what is getting the most play. This is what people are coming to for the most. This is where people are spending most of their time. So when these companies are putting out these games and they're getting the kickback that they're getting, it's just like you can't really blame them. And it's watering down the entirety of the gaming community because it's like make his character look facts. I'll be listening to Lamar. See, I'll be listening. But when they be you get game studios like Rocksteady, who they made the Arkham series, which is one of the best not just superhero franchises, video game franchises, but one of the best single player games like franchises ever. And they came out with Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, which was literally one of the worst live service games ever. And they were forced to make it by WB Games because live service games sell, you know. If you can get people to stay in your games, buying skins and spending money, then yeah, like I said, I play Fortnite. I play a nice amount of Fortnite to where, yeah, I'm buying skins, you know. I bought all 5 Power Rangers. I bought Samuel L. Jackson as from Pulp Fiction, you know. Again, I can admit that I'm a part of that problem, but at the same time, I also play games like I'm waiting on that 007 game to come out, you know. I play games like Ghost of Yotei. I play games like Spider-Man 1 and 2. I'm waiting on that Wolverine game to come out. You know, I also play the single player solo games that don't go on for 10 plus years, you know. I play new games. I play games when they come out. The issue is there was an influx of quote unquote gamers during COVID who, for lack of better terms, aren't really gamers. They were more consumers instead of gamers, and they just came into the gaming sphere because everybody was forced to stay in the house. Everybody was forced to stay indoors. So it's nothing better to do than play video games, you know? That's where you got the influx of, I need a Palsphere station. That's where you get the influx of global pal box. I can build that right now, and I can get my pals from my other one. But no, I'm not gonna do that. Boosting that. You get the influx of people who are not just playing these games, but spending money in these games. And I gotta find a spot to place my base. I'm not putting it in here. You get an influx of people who are spending money in these games, and these companies are looking at it like, well, you know, we've made hundreds of millions of dollars on these games over the past 5-10 years, or what I mean, yeah, 5 to 10 years, 5 or 6 years, you know, where it's like it kind of skews the numbers. You get a bunch of people playing Call of Duty and 2K and Madden, and again, all these games that like they're spending all this money on, and yeah, it's making these companies think that this is what we need to do. Put out more live service games, put out more games that these people aren't going to get off of, and what you end up with is a oversaturated market, and everybody's competing for everybody's time, and it just doesn't work out well for everybody. It doesn't work out well for the companies. It doesn't work out well for the gamers. It doesn't work out well for the consumer. Well, it works out perfect for the consumers, because the consumers get a bunch of stuff that they get to spend money on, even though they don't really care about it. Pals for this, I'll take those. But over time, you get a watered down market of real gamers who just want to play games and enjoy them, and then the consumers, because again, I don't consider consumers to be gamers. I really don't. The people who came in during COVID who weren't really playing games, they're just in because, you know, it was something to do, and they sat there and they bought all the battle pass skips, and they spent all the money on the extra stuff, to the convenience points of the game and all that. I don't consider them gamers. I just consider them consumers. There's nothing wrong with being a consumer. If you want to spend your money to make things easier for yourself, who am I to tell you not to do that? You know? But again, you ruin things for the actual gamers who are just like, no, I want to play games. I grew up in an era where you would play a fighting game, and you would play the game, you know? And in playing the game, you would unlock other fighters. You feel me? Now we live in a world where these fighting games released with less characters than were the old games, and then you gotta spend even more than what the game cost in total just to get the rest of the fighters that technically should have just been in the game. You know, it muddies things, it makes things wrong, and again, it fucks shit up. It fucks shit up, because again, it gets to the point where like these companies are just putting out shit saying, oh well, they're spending the money on it and they like this, and we don't. We don't like that shit. It's not what we fucking with. I'm back, bro. We out. We not fucking with that shit, man. We not. And then they start making games and shit, following trends, thinking that yeah, Fortnite was the shit. So we just gonna keep putting out motherfucking battle royales, and nobody's asking for these shits, man. These shits keep failing. Like, you just keep failing. There's a reason why Fortnite survived. There's a reason why people who've played PUBG for as long as they've played it. Like, these games were them. They have identities that stand out to them, as opposed to just being, oh yeah, know what I mean, it's a BR, know what I mean. They just want a BR. Don't matter what it is, Nah, it matters. All that shit matters. The companies don't look at stuff like that. Again, they just look at it like, oh, know what I mean, this is selling, Fortnite makes millions of dollars off their skins a fucking day. I'm guessing them niggas just do that. Let's try to recreate that same. Try to recreate that same fucking flame. And again, it just doesn't work right. It doesn't work that way. Oh, buddy is drowning over there. It just doesn't work that way. It's annoying though, cause I be wanting to game, man. Like, I love playing video games. And when people say there's nothing to play, or when people come into the gamer sphere with the negativity of, yeah, know what I mean, gaming is dead. There's nothing to play. I can go online right now. I can pull up like 20 games that are dropping this year that are definitely worth at least a look. People don't want to explore. People want to play the same games, and this is where the term ball and gun gamer comes from. A lot of people are looking at it as a derogatory term, which it kind of is, but at the same time, it's not. Because again, you like what you like. There's nothing wrong with it. The issue comes in when you start trying to dictate or falsify what things really are in the gamosphere. When you only play like Madden or 2K or Call of Duty, that's literally the extent of your gaming. And you try to come into the gamersphere and say things like gaming's dead, there's nothing to play. And you got games like fuck this, people were complaining about people were complaining about Expedition 33 winning Game of the Year. Why? Like, why? Have you played that game? If you haven't played that game, then yeah, you probably don't know why that game was Game of the Year. But if you played Expedition 33, you know why that game was Game of the Year. People complain there's nothing to play, but they don't play things when they're out, They just want to complain about about the games that they either want that aren't, like, I don't even know how to explain. There's just no way that people complain that there are no games to play when, like, there's always something out to play. Like, again, it gets to the point where it's just like, is it just that you don't like to play it? It's a game you don't want? Because if that's the case, that's different. I mean, that's completely different. If it's just like, yeah, I don't want to play a real-time turn-based RPG, or I don't want to play a survival game, or I don't want to play a extraction shooter, Um, to even people talking about Marathon being bad. That's another thing that like people come into the gamer sphere and start calling games dead before they even come out. And it's just like, damn, like have some hope. Like, yeah, the game gonna die if you putting that narrative out there that it's already dead. Oh, no pals feels. That's crazy. We live in an age and an era where it's cool to be negative, so people will call a game dead before it even comes out, just for the clicks, the views. This whole thing on Twitter, this person made this thing they called the Concordian timeline. They were basically like, there's a group of games that they're just expecting to die, and they aren't even out yet. Like they them shits aren't even out yet. It's just like, bro, like let shit come out. Pause. They put High Guard on there, which High Guard didn't do itself no justice, actually dying out. Um, they definitely didn't do themselves any justice there. But you got things like Marathon on the Concordian timeline. You got things like there's the I can't remember that game. The Horizon Zero Dawn multiplayer game. It's just like, why are y'all wishing for games to be bad and they aren't even out yet? Like, what happened to like wanting good games, wanting more games? We're in a good time. Like, we're in a time where like we're getting a lot of shit. We're getting a lot of games, and instead of appreciating them, we're shitting on what we got. It's just like, damn. Growing up, I would have loved to have the variety of games that we got out now. Berry plantation food. Instead, people are like, yeah, these games that aren't out that aren't for me, because that's another thing. People are afraid to admit, yo, sometimes things just aren't for you, and that's cool. Like everything ain't for everybody, you know. So if a game ain't your genre, if it's not for you, just that's cool. You ain't gotta play it. It's not made for you. You feel me? But a lot of people feel entitled, and they feel like I like you're making a video game. I need to be the target audience, and no, you don't. You really, truly don't. Um, Sometimes things just aren't for everybody, and that's cool. That's definitely cool. But people would rather say, "Oh, the game sucks." It doesn't matter that this game isn't a genre that I look for normally or that I really want. This game just sucks. It just sucks. Just like Marathon. Motherfuckers just want to hate because it's not Arc Raiders. It's just not for you. Yeah, that too. There's this thing where, again, it comes down to hand holding in video games. And a lot of people looked at Arc Raiders, which, to be honest, I like Arc Raiders. I'm not a big extraction shooter fan, but I like Arc Raiders. Um, but there's this thing where people feel like everything needs to be. Did I not unlock the? A lot of people look at Arc Raiders as the um the casual extraction shooter. They call it the extraction shooters for niggas with jobs. And I find that funny because it's like, I get that. I get what you're saying, and I can understand why you would put it that way because it's one of those things that's the game is extremely handholdy. Like it you'll meet people and people will give you the same hard-earned gear that they just spent all their time like raiding for in Arc Raiders. All you gotta do is say, "Don't shoot, I'm friendly," and there's no confrontation. I legit, to this day, and again, I haven't like I'm not about to sit here and say I put hundreds of hours into the game, but to this day, I legit have not gotten to like an actual gunfight with like real people in Arc Raiders that it was like, I bet, let me lock in. I've had nothing but friendly interactions on Arc Raiders. I played the Marathon Alpha, I played the closed beta, I played the open beta, and I played the server slam. And not a single one of those tests of me playing that game did I have a friendly interaction with a opposing team. And again, as someone who's not really the biggest fan of extraction shooters, I always felt like isn't that the point of extraction shooters? Like, I thought the whole purpose of extraction shooters was the confrontation, was the conflict, you know? And wait, there's no friendly? Yeah, like, the fact that people were expecting for Marathon to be exactly like that, where it was just like, yeah, nah, man, you ain't got to worry about it. You gonna have, nah, I mean, all you gotta do is being like, yo, nah, I mean, don't shoot me, I'm cool. Like, nah, bro, like, we all here for the same thing. To get the best loot and get the fuck out. So if I'm going up against these people, I'm expecting them to have that same mindset. Because at the end of the day, we all here literally for the same shit. And you might have something that I want. So yeah, I'm expecting that conflict. I'm expecting for somebody to decide, I bet, nah, man, I see you. You see me? Let's get it. As opposed to it being so less conflict like. And again, I'm not an extraction shooter person, so getting into Arc Raiders was so easy to me because it was a thing where it was like, I bet I'm not really too worried about too much. I'm not too worried about going in there with some good loot and not coming back with my shit. And Arc Raiders, I know for a fact, I can go on a raid with my highest level gear and I can come back with it and more. You know? Granted, I do want, I do kind of wish there was a little more interaction in our marathon, but again, these were only betas. These was pre-released. It's not like the game is out yet. I need more everything. I just really feel like people gotta start admitting that some shit just ain't for them. I mean, Marathon dropped last week. Game is out, and I have not bought that game yet because I know for a fact it's like, as of right now, is I'm not in the extraction shooter mode. Like it's not what I want to play right now. So I'm not gonna I need war. I'm not gonna waste my time. But at the same time, it's also not something that I'm gonna sit here and talk shit about. Oh, Marathon's a bad game. Why? I don't like extraction shooters. It's shitty. No, that's not how that works. Community and Arc is what's killing the game for people like me. It was all friendly until motherfuckers spam don't shoot and then wait for you to load. That too. People started taking advantage of that because a lot of people have realized one the whole matchmaking shit within it where it's like you're gonna get matched up with like if you be toxic you getting more toxic lobbies type shit. So a lot of people have started feigning being friendly to make it a lot easier to yeah, to basically catch people off guard. And it's just like bro, that's buns. Like there you go. To a game where we live in when the players can control what lobbies that yeah man yeah but you again that's the hand holding shit bro. That's that hand holding shit that's been going on heavily in games within these last like five. Like I said, to me, the biggest issue with gaming started during the pandemic because you again you got an influx of people who aren't gamers getting into these games that are supposed to be a little more competitive, that are supposed to be a little tougher to learn, tougher to play, that expect them to just be the easiest things in the world. So now you get situations where yeah, you can there were always like call shit like Call of Duty always had like those lobbies. Know what I mean? The tougher lobbies. MMR and skill based matchmaking has always been a thing. And to be honest, it was always a great thing. Like when you think about it and what it is and what it's supposed to do. You heard I needed wool and you walked down to me. Thank you so much. Um, skill based matchmaking has always been a great thing, yo. I don't care what nobody say. Because at the end of the day, it puts you where you need to be. It puts you around the skill level of people who you need to be around as opposed to you being in a area or you being from a special dish. Where did I get that from? It puts you with like minded people, like skilled people, as opposed to you being a new person in an area full of niggas that's been on a game for like goddamn forever type shit. Um, but what happened is the sweaties got mad at that shit, and now they like, well, we don't want to play with these sweaties, man. We don't want to play with these people who these cheaters because that's another thing. You get an influx of fucking cheaters. We don't want to play with them. I bet. So now we gonna get rid of skill based matchmaking. Fuck it. Now you got these terrible lobbies where you can't even get matches, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck?
Huh. Hey.
Yo, that yeah, man. And again, like, it's nothing wrong with that. It is nothing wrong with that. Well, the issue comes with nigga, you spent mad bread on a game that you only played one time. But again, you spent the money on it.
Hey.
Company got theirs. They looking at it like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. We got ours.
Huh.
But a lot of people don't like to admit that people don't want to get good no more. Old school shit. Game was the game. Either yeah, man. Yeah, man. we live in a we live in an era of patches too. You gotta remember, we used to get games, and that is what it was. Like whatever the game was is what the game was. But nowadays, you get games can be updated. So when people start complaining, oh, this is too hard, and we don't like this. Now the company going through and changing the entire game, and it's just like, damn, bro, it ain't the game I paid for. But again, like you said, it's a situation where people don't want to get good. People don't want to put the time in. People don't feel like they need to put the time in to get good in video games anymore. Because you can just drop some money in it, and you can buy enough VC to where you good enough in the park, or you get the my faction, Madden Ultimate Team cards. You get everything you need with money nowadays. I don't need to get good. And even worse, like niggas is buying cheating peripherals now, and that's the newest like acceptable thing in gaming. Like, why are we accepting people buying? What is them shits called? The Zims. And I don't fault my mans for this at all. I don't fault my homie for this shit at all. He was just trying to give me some business. He know, not me, Mar. You know, we fuck with the PCs. You know. So one of my peoples, he hit me up the other day on Instagram, like, yo, you still fuck with the PCs? You fuck with the PCs and shit? And I'm like, yeah, know what I mean? So he like, yo, I'm about to send you my people. They need some help with something. I'm like, all right, I'm thinking, I bet they might need help with a build or something. Or they might need to know what some parts is. Whatever, something like. Shorty hit me up and was like, yeah, know what I mean? You know how to do the Zen? And I'm like, Zen? I'm like, you fucking with the Chronos? She like, yeah, nah, I mean, I need the best scripts for COD, nah, I mean. I'm like, yo, nah, I don't. I mean, that ain't my cup of tea right there. I don't fuck with the peripherals, nah, I'm saying. If that's what you into it. But I don't, nah, I mean, I don't fuck with the peripherals. Your mom play, yo, facts, nah, I mean. She was dead ass trying to pay me to hook her up with nah, I mean. Ma, I can send you the screenshots now, man. I ain't gonna put it on the tube, but I could send them to you. Like, she dead ass was like, yo, like, I need the best scripts for COD. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't do that. Like, I don't know nothing about that, know what I mean? I don't even need that in my algorithm. Like, like, I'm good off that. Like, we live in an era where people are willing to spend money. People are willing to give strangers money to help them cheat in video games, as opposed to saying, yo, let me go find a gun I fuck with. Let me go figure out the attachments that go with it. You know what I mean? Let me go figure out a loadout to do good with. But again, it's at the point where it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't with some of these games. Because again, another article came out that apparently Call of Duty on consoles is the most searched game for cheating, like for any type of cheating. And it's just like, yeah, I can believe that, because like even back when we used to run Warzone and shit, like lobbies full of cheaters, like lobbies full of aimbotters and niggas. Know what I mean? Soon as you pull up in front of them, they already two-tapped you. Like, and it's just like, when you enjoy those type of games, it's just like, damn, in order for me to continue enjoying this game, do I gotta cheat? Do I gotta start using aimbot? Do I gotta start using the Chronos? Do I gotta start running scripts? It's just like, damn, like, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. We play a game for 5 minutes and be the GOAT. That's what they want. Like, if you play Warzone, you'll be, yo, like, and it's also to the point where, like, people don't even enjoy, people don't, again, I can't say it's the gamers, it's the consumers. It's the consumers out here, right? Because a lot of these people we also live in the content creation era, where you buy Call of Duty and you already know your favorite streamer had it for like a month already, or he played it ahead of time. So your favorite streamer know what the best guns and what the meta is. So as soon as you buy that game, you on YouTube looking up what's the meta guns. Know what I mean? What's the best weapons to use? What's the best loadout to use? So now the lobby is full of all the same guns, using the same attachments, using the same loadouts, using the same. Again, like you said, people want to get on the game and just be the GOAT straight off the rip. Yeah, niggas used to wild out. Like, I remember the days of 10, 20 dubs in one day. Know what I mean? Getting like 4, 5, 6 of them shit straight. Just off straight skill. Like, all the homies using different guns, different loadouts. Everybody using something unique, and we all wilding out. Then you started getting these cheating lobbies, and it's just like, damn, bro, this shit not even fun to play no more. It's not even fun. It's to the point where, like, if you can't beat them, join them. Nah, I'm just gonna go play something else. And that's another issue people have. Gaming is supposed to be fun. I just had this conversation with my 6-year-old earlier. He was playing Fortnite and he was getting frustrated because I don't know. He don't be playing the real battle royale. He be playing the creator shits. And it was one of them where I guess the whole point of it was it's like a hide and seek type thing. And he was basically like, yo, this one person keep killing me. And I was like, yo, that's kind of the point of the game, The whole point of it is to kill each other. And he was like, yeah, but we was all in here doing something else. And now I was like, is the game frustrating you? And he was like, yeah, I'm getting a little frustrated. I was like, well, put the game down for a second. Or matter of fact, play something different. Because the whole point of playing video games is to have an escape, to have fun, to enjoy yourself. Know what I mean? You're not supposed to get on the game and get more frustrated than what real life is already doing to you. You feel me? And a lot of these people will get on these games like Call of Duty or like 2K. And I'm pointing them two out specifically because those have two of the biggest player bases that spend money on things that it's just like, bro, like, we used to do that shit for free. There was a point in time in 2K where you could literally upgrade your character to a 99 without spending a single dime. There were times in Call of Duty where you can literally unlock every single gun, every single attachment, every single thing you needed in there without spending a single dime. Now those games are literally money-making platforms, and they don't do anything except make the companies money. They don't innovate on themselves. They aren't any better games. They just come out every year with a new way for you to spend money. So that's why I'm singling those two games out. But people get on those games and bitch, moan, and cry about how shitty they are and how frustrated they get with it just to get right back on them. When there are other games that you could be playing that you could actually be enjoying and having fun with. My example personally for that is Overwatch. I am a huge Overwatch fan. And like you just said, you love Rivals in Overwatch. If you don't put time in, you hard stuck in bronze. And I'm not going to hold you. That's my issue right now with Overwatch. I took such a long hiatus off of that game, and I with this season 1 where they dropped the 2 and they made it Overwatch again. I just got back into that game. I am stuck in mid-silver, and I cannot get out of mid-silver right now because I've spent so much time away from that game and the mechanics are different that it's like I'm stuck in this rank with people who also don't know how to play the game. Granted, I'm normally a high gold, low plat player. You know what I mean? Pull up on my ranking and everything, you can see it. In the old seasons when I used to play, I used to wild out. Now it's like everybody is so used to having everything handed to them that they just want to jump into the game, shoot things, and they don't understand how to play the game. So instead of me tilting and continuing to get frustrated with Overwatch, I've taken a little break from it. I haven't played that game since like Wednesday. I mean, that's why I'm on this right now, because it's something a little more relaxed and I can do what I want. I mean, it's just that easy. Sometimes you gotta say to yourself, yo, like this shit is I don't need to do this right now. Let me take a little breather from this. There are other things to play. Explore, learn, play something different. Play something you've never played anymore. Try a different genre maybe. A lot of people get stuck in the same genres because again, these are the games that make it easy for you to jump in, spend money, and just power creep, you know? There's no power creep. You can just spend money and get to where you need to be. Where again, like we grew in a time where in gaming, like you could just play them. You could just enjoy. Like even down to Call of Duty, like I want to say up to like I stopped playing multiplayer after Black Ops. I kind of want to say 3. Um, I did that when I was yeah. Like sometimes you just gotta take a little breather, man. Sometimes you just gotta say, all right, cool. Like I'm not enjoying this as much as it's making me frustrated. Granted, as competitive as I am, I want like I'm going to get the fuck out of silver. Like that's a guarantee. I'm going to get the fuck out of silver. But I'm not going to get out of silver with a negative mindset. And right now I have a negative mindset towards that game. Because my issue with Overwatch is, again, I'm stuck in a rank with people who don't know how to play the game. When I'm used to playing with people who at the least have the fundamentals of it. There's an influx of new players in Overwatch right now who we all know bronze is a bot lobby, so it's easy to get out of bronze. But again, you start hitting those higher tiers where you gotta have some actual mechanics, and people don't have those. Because again, people don't want to take the time to get good. They do their, I think it's like 25 matches. They unlock comp, and then they're like, let me play competitive. No, you can't do that. Go slave in quick play for a little longer, you know. I keep playing and I keep getting teams where like everybody want to be DPS because everybody want to get played a game. So I'm stuck on tank, you know. And I don't mind it. Diva main. I've been a Diva main since Overwatch 1. But at the same time, sometimes I want to play something different. And with playing 6v6, because that's what I've been playing. I've been playing the 6v6. I'm not really the biggest fan of 5v5 because, again, I'm a tank main. I don't want to be the only tank. But with playing that, I've been getting stuck with a lot of... 4 people want to be DPS. We only got 1 support. And then they're looking at me like, well, what you want to do? I want to take a break from Overwatch, so that's what I did. Again, a lot of people don't want to do that. So what they end up doing is they start getting frustrated and they start voicing their opinions about their specific video game on the entire gaming community. And they start saying things like gaming is dead instead of saying Call of Duty is dead. Because that's what's really happening. Call of Duty has died a couple years ago. It's been dead for years, and it's been a pain in the ass for them to try to get themselves resurrected, you know. The shit I really be the teammates you get to. Yeah, man. Solo queuing. That shit is not for the weak. Like trying to climb solo is not for the weak. My thing is though, do you play on console or PC? Because you know console and PC comp is separate, and I only play comp on console. But yeah, people would rather bang their head on a wall instead of walk away from the wall, which is the issue with games. Like again, I'm singling out these 2 games specifically because I see them as being some of the biggest issues in gaming. But People would rather spend hundreds of dollars on VC and 2K and justify it with, well, you know, I gotta have bills and I gotta be able to I gotta be able to play with my homies in the park, you know. And this is even before you get the drip, cause you know, did I catch Blaze Mutt? I didn't. Cause you know people's biggest thing is you know, you can't be a brown shirt with the 2K pants and think you gonna join my squad. Nah. So now, not only do you guys spend a bunch of money on, the actual VC to get your character up, now you gotta spend mad money to get your drip up. Man, you gotta be fly or you not joining my, man. God damn it. Don't kill them all, bro. I'm down. School lunch table shit. Yeah, you can't sit with it. Yeah, bro. Like, it just be like, damn, like. But you know what? And I'm kind of glad you said that because it kind of reminded me of the D1 days where it was like when niggas was doing the Crota raid, you couldn't join up on anybody's raid team if you didn't have motherfucking Gallahorn. But what I will say is the difference then is, nigga, you could earn Gallahorn in the game, granted. And I'm showing my age here because again, I'm a gamer. Shit you had to go through to get Gallahorn and D1 before Xur started selling it. Bro, niggas was selling a soul to RNGesus to get fucking Gallahorn and D1 before Xur started selling that shit. If you had a Gallahorn and D1 before it was like purchasable, yeah, you was a real nigga, know what I'm saying? You was like, people knew you put the time in. And again, that was a part of the reason why you had to have a Gallahorn, or at least the Crota Rock. Yeah. Either the one with the Homan or the one with the wolf packs. I mean, people really wanted the wolf pack. That was what that was the reason why people wanted the Gallahorn, because the wolf pack rounds with the Homan was crazy. But yeah, just what the grind was, that's what really made people one of the chest rooms in the Vault of Glass. Yup. It's funny. I ended up getting the Gallahorn to drop instead of, what was it? Queensbreaker Bow. And I was mad because I wanted the Queensbreaker Bow, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll take Gallahorn. But yeah, it was one of those things where, like, you could do it in game. And then even when it was purchasable, it was purchasable with shit you can get in game. You didn't have to spend real money to get fucking Gallahorn, right? Nowadays, it's just like, nah, man. If I can't spend my money on it, game is ass. Like, what? I'm like, what do you mean this game is ass? But again, it all comes down to people have just gotten extremely lazy. They don't want to put the work in. They don't want to put the time in to actually like get good in games, like you said. People just want shit handed to them, and it's just like, god damn, bro, y'all are fucking shit up. Cause now these companies are making the games easier, which that's not fun. They're making all these shortcuts where it's just like, well, if you had some money. And even with that, it's crazy because it's kind of a balance between things. Because for some points, they're not even making the games easier. At some points, they're making the games harder in the hopes that people will spend the money on them instead of going through and just fucking playing the game. Know what I mean? They're making the grind more tedious. It's just like, damn, nigga, like. Tier skips and shit. Yeah, that too, like that too, man. It just be like, bro, like, you don't want to play the game, like, you don't want to play the game, like, you would rather spend like 100 and some change to skip the battle pass to unlock, like. I thought the whole purpose was to enjoy unlocking the shit. Like, I thought that would, like, but again, they make these games not fucking fun. Like, they make them to where niggas don't want to play them. They just want to spend the money. Again, I will never, and it sucks because Grand Theft Auto is under the 2K Take-Two umbrella. It sucks, but I will never be able to be sponsored by EA Sports or Take-Two. Because I'm going to continue slandering these niggas. Shit. It might even get to the point where Activision don't fuck with me because I'm going to keep talking shit about fucking Call of Duty too. Right? I was watching this video not too long ago, and I came to a ill-ass realization. And I know I'm not the only one to come up with this realization. I know I'm not. It's just, it was hilarious to me when I thought about it. EA does not want you playing their video games. EA just wants you to spend your money. And the reason I say this is EA puts literally no time or effort into the game mode that you would literally spend the most time possible actually playing, like actually playing football. Franchise mode. They don't put any effort into franchise mode. But they put all the time, effort, care in the world into their monetization, their monetized game mode, which is the Ultimate Team. And the whole point of Ultimate Team is to spend 3 minutes playing a game of football. or 3-minute quarters, my bad. So 12 minutes playing football. A quarter of football is 15 minutes. Most people who play franchise play it on at the least 7 to 9 minutes a quarter for the franchise, right? Madden does not want you playing that. Madden wants you to only spend 12 minutes in their game, and then they want you to spend even more time in their menus. Because if you have tried to navigate a Madden menu within the last 10 to 15 years, you will know those fucking menus are pains in the asses to navigate. Those are some of the worst video game menus to navigate fucking ever, bro. They are slow as shit. Like, when I say slow, I mean, like, those things are, you will click trigger to shift, to move over, and you can go cook dinner before it moves to the next screen. Right? Those menus are horrendous. And every time you click out of something, it sends you back to the main menu. And in the main menu, the first thing that pops up is, oh, it's monetization. Go to Ultimate Team. Go to Ultimate Team. Madden got a battle pass. Madden got a battle pass. Let me tell y'all something. I don't buy Madden. I haven't bought Madden since Madden 17. Unless it's on sale. I bought Madden for $5. I bought Madden 26 for $5 like 3 weeks ago. I go to turn that shit on. They're like, battle pass. Pick your team. What's your favorite team? You an Eagles fan? Play through this Eagles battle pass where you can unlock Eagles themed stuff. Why do I got a battle pass in Madden? A battle pass in a shooter? I can get that. I'm not really too fond of it. If it's not Fortnite, I'm not fond of battle passes. These companies don't do battle passes right. Because all a battle pass is a FOMO machine. It's just there to make you think that you're missing out on some insignificant things. A JPEG, a skin for a JPEG, like. But again, it's all about the money, and these people have come into our gaming sphere, into our comfort zone, and ruined it. Like, the consumers have came through and fucked gaming up. Like, there's no like sugarcoating it. They've come through and they fucked gaming up. Because now these companies, not the game but play our money game, yeah, to eventually play the game, and yeah, like what we doing? You spend more time in the menus buying fucking Madden packs, and that's another thing. They get these fucking again, this is weird, like these influencers, like who that's what they call themselves. They call themselves influencers, right? These content creators, these influencers, they get in with these companies. These companies find these fucking shills. They find these fucking shills to goddamn sell you a dream. They get the codes for these packs that are obviously going to be God packs, that are obviously going to give them everything they need and want, just so they can get you to spend your hard-earned money for things that aren't going to have the same odds, you know? So now you, the broke idiot, who, talking to myself when I say things like that, you know? We are the quote-unquote consumers. We are the quote-unquote people who they are doing these things for, right? So when they do things like that, they're fucking forcing you to spend your bread on these same packs that you think you getting that these niggas was getting, and then you come to find out that no, like, They get packs with boosted odds. You know what I mean? They get fake packs that's, you know what I mean? You ever seen a God Pokemon pack where you pull it and it just literally got everything you wanted? Yeah, that's what they be getting. And it's been proven. These are things that are like, I'm not just talking out of my ass when I say things like that. These are things where like streamers have been proven to be giving things with boosted odds. They've been proven to have been paid, of course. We know they're getting paid, but they've been proven to be falsifying things just in the name of getting you to spend your money. Right? They want you to spend your bread. You know what I mean? And again, the consumers fall for it. Consumers will spend their money. The consumers will say, well, I need it, you know. Madden 06. I mean, probably my favorite Madden of all time. You know what they had in Madden 06 that they don't have in current Maddens? Historic teams. You can go in Madden 06 and you can play the 1990. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. You can play the 1994 Dallas Cowboys against the 1989 Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? Can't do shit like that in the current game. You can't play with my boy, Cocaine Cowboy. You can't play with Mike Irvin and motherfucking Madden 26 unless you buy him. Unless you pull his card in the Ultimate Team. I mean, if you pull his card in the Ultimate Team, you can fucking around use him as a goddamn linebacker and shit. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What the fuck is happening, bro? You know how many packs you gotta pull to get a card like that? Like, you'll get like 74, 60 overall linemen who you've never heard of in your life before you get fucking Barry Sanders or goddamn, like I said, Michael Irvin or Dion or some shit. Like, again, spend your money. Not your time playing that game. We don't care about you playing the game that motherfucking is broken and that sucks. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? They be playing game. Yo, again, like, yo, it's funny, right? It's this one content creator I fuck with. His name is the Black Hokage. I'm pretty sure you heard of him before. He was talking about how when High Guard first came out, granted, that game about to shut down in like a week. But when High Guard first came out, rest in peace to that, because that's another game that people, it's weird. People be wishing for games to fail before they even come out. And then when they come out, instead of giving constructive criticism to make games better, they'd rather just say this game is ass. I mean, and that shit is stupid to me. Tim the Tap Man was playing High Guard, and that nigga had good things to say about it on his stream. And that nigga was like, yeah, you know, I would keep playing this on stream, but my chat doesn't like it. And basically he was like, yeah, I'm not going to play a game because, you know, for lack of better words, I'm not going to put words into that man's mouth. But the gist of what he was saying was, I would play games that I like to play, but I can't because my chat dictates what I play. And again, that's not verbatim what he said, but that's basically what he said. Bro basically was like, I gotta play what my chat wants me to play because they're the ones who are putting money in my pocket. And I get the money part, like I get the money part, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, bro, play what you want. Play what you want to play. Granted, I mean, Highguard is also dead. I mean, they've literally accepted defeat, so it's not really the game to be, standing 10 toes for. But at the same time, it's like stand on your own, bro. Like you're allowing your chat to dictate what you want to play instead of just playing what you want to play, enjoying it. Like, yeah, like because he's the burnt peanut is the fucking spokesman for Arc Raiders now because it's all he plays. So he not allowed to play other extraction shooters. He not allowed to play other shit because he is Mr. Arc Raiders now. And it's like, bro, like they be it's just like play what you want to play, enjoy what you want to play, man. That shit, man. And can't play on stream with it. Yeah, bro, that shit is weird. Like, you should be at a point where like you can play what you want, like. But then we get into the conversation of who is really the influencer in this situation. Like, who is really the influencer? Are you the influencer as the person streaming? Or is your chat the influencer as them being the ones telling you what you can or can't play? And I don't know. That shit is weird to me because it's just like, damn, bro. Like, he'd rather not make money to play. Yeah, like, exactly. The niggas putting the money in their pocket is the influencers because if again, like, they're afraid to say, all right, cool, chat, this might not be y'all cup of tea, but I enjoy this. I enjoy this thing right here, so I'm gonna play this here, I'm gonna play this here. Instead, they rather just be like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna play this game that I like. Damn, I wasn't expecting him to dip like that. That's actually kind of crazy. The Megasphere got any better? Attack him, bro. What are you doing? How you let him go away? How you let him get away? I know I said this ain't about the gameplay, but I didn't. I mean, that kind of just pissed me off. If they fuck with you, they'll watch regardless. Yo, so one of my favorite streamers, the nigga's name is Sensei CJ. That nigga, one of the main reasons I fuck with him is because that nigga play mad random games. He play a lot of old anime nigga. He play a lot of random ass games, a lot of older games and shit. But nigga play whatever he want, bro. Like, a nigga does not let the chat dictate what he's playing or what he wants to play. You know what I mean? Oh, that shit. Still different. Damn, that nigga's out. And even if like there be times when like he'll play a game and he'll only have like 60, 70 viewers. Know what I mean? Then there'll be times where he'll play a game and the nigga is over like 10K viewers. And it's just like he don't let that shit dictate what he streams or what he plays. And I fuck with that cuz that's what makes us fuck with him. Like the nigga streams be authentic. When he playing a game, you could tell like nah, he like this shit. It's not just something that he making money off of. Which granted, now I mean we get it. Like we gonna make your bread. But at the same time, you make more being authentic than you do. You make more being authentic than you do trying to fake the funk and just play something because, oh yeah, this the popular game out right now. Know what I mean, this what everybody playing. This, no, bro, that shit corny. Don't nobody want to see you play the same game that we seeing everybody else play. Especially sometimes niggas be ass in the games. Like you playing a game, you ass at just cause you getting paid for it, bro. Or just cause the views is up. Like, come on, bro. No, nigga. You ass. Go play something you actually good at. Go play something you actually having fun with, bro. Niggas killed my Astagoon, bro. What the fuck? Sometimes being an influencer means influencing yourself. Yo, big facts, big facts. Streamers like that kill me. Because even if your chat talking trash, it's not like you reading chat for real, so who cares if you play. Yo, bro. That's another thing, yo. Like, oh, damn, I just died. That's crazy. Whatever. Yo, that nigga just one-shot me. I was at full health. Yo, nah, there's no way that just happened. That didn't just happen, right? That shit just happened. Nah, that really just happened, bro. That nigga just one-shotted me. That's another thing though. You're playing the game. Do that. Like instead of sitting there and like granted, I do get like checking chat, you know. But at the same time, like you said, you playing the fucking game, bro. Just play the game, man. You can't let chat tilt you. Like, you cannot let chat tilt you. Because, again, like, it's something that you enjoy. Like, I don't get why. Is this hot? Is this a vote? Oh, no. It's something that you enjoy. People would rather not do things they enjoy again for the love of fucking money. Like you sacrifice your happiness to make some money, and that shit is kind of corny. Cause again, where's your morals? Where's your like? I don't get that shit. Bro, what the fuck is hot? Is it over here? Is it this area? Gotta be this area. And sometimes the issue with that is, cause yeah, you're right. Sometimes being an influencer means influencing yourself. The issue with that is they don't really be influencers. That word is thrown around so loosely and has really lost its meaning that it's just like, hey bro, sometimes these niggas don't even be influencers. Sometimes they just niggas that sit in front of a camera. Feel me? That's coming from a nigga sitting in front of a camera. Right? Sometimes people just be a nigga sitting in front of a camera. Sometimes they just chose the right time to go live, or they chose the right time to record themselves, pull their camera out, you know. Sometimes it's literally all it is. What happens is you get the wrong notoriety. Or the right notoriety, you know, however you want to perceive it. And then yeah, you get to a point where it's like sometimes you get to a point where it's just like, damn, like what I'm saying, people are listening to what I'm saying, so you know, I'm influencing people. And it's just like, no, you're not. You ain't, buddy. Again, you can't even influence yourself. You think you're influencing other people? Think people really give a fuck about what you gotta say, buddy? No. Yeah. I wanted to catch one of them and then put a base down right there. I think I'm gonna still put a base down right there. Or I'm gonna go somewhere else, unlock another fast travel point. I think fuck it. Yeah, a lot of these people, it's just timing sometimes, man. Sometimes it's just right place, right time. I said the right thing, the right person heard it. And now I'm an influencer. Because again, I feel as though, like you said, for someone who, like, and again, no meat riding in that. No meat riding in nothing. Damn, they body buddy. That's fucked up. The nigga was informing me of something, man. Go ahead, Foxicle. No meat riding, but Tim the Tap Man is one of them. Like, it's not like Tim the Tap Man is some bum. Like, he's one of them. Like, he been shit, nigga. He been streaming for as long as I can remember. Like, so again, it's not a thing where like he's a new fresh streamer and he could have been like and influencer just a name now for popular streamers. Yeah, it also lends to the credence of, and again, I'm not a High Guard sympathizer. You know what I mean? I downloaded that game. I played it one time. It wasn't for me. But it is one of those things where you have a man who openly admitted that he enjoyed the game. He liked it. You know what I mean? That man said he liked it, and he, you know what I mean? I mean, I would play it, but my chat don't like it. You know what I mean? So when you got a man that says something like that, a big streamer, a big name, someone who could bring views in, you know, it becomes one of those things where it's like influence. Use your influence, bro. Like, you could have saved that. You could have probably saved fucking High Guard. Like, if you would have admitted, yeah, you know, I actually enjoy this game. It's something that I would play. You know what I mean? For emote Beckham. You could have fade break with. Oh, no, I'm not fucking with you. You could have fucked around and been somebody who could have helped push the game a little more. You know, that game needed a lot. Like, He basically said I would do it, but my bosses said I can't. Yeah, essentially that's literally what he said. You know what I mean? But you could have been one of those guys who could have helped push the game to a bigger audience. It did need a lot. Like that game needed a whole lot, but you could have helped it, you know. Just based off of, again, you have the influence, quote unquote, to where you could have got you, and again they ended up dropping a 5v5 mode. You got 5 friends, bro. Like you got 5 niggas who you could have hit up and been like, yeah, we about to run high guard, nah, I mean. We gonna do this, nah, I mean, we gonna play this game, you feel me? This what we on for the next week or so. And it could have probably brought more eyes to it, and they could have had a higher player count, you know? To where they didn't have to lay people off, and they didn't have to eventually shut down. Again, I'm not a high guard sympathizer. I'm just not a fan of not just studios shutting down because then, you know, or laying off people because, you know, that's people losing their jobs. That's people with passions and dreams losing, you know what I mean, their livelihoods, and I'm not a fan of that. Like is that a Mustang? I'm 100% not a fan of that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you get these big name streamers who have audiences, who have say-sos and things like that, who could help plateau some of these things, you know, and they choose not to. They choose to say things like, you know, I would, but the people who putting money in my pocket. So you mean to tell me you would play the game more if they were spending some money on you? Is that the incentive you needed? Is that what, like? Cause I don't agree with that, but again, I get it. Like, fucking shit. I get it. Like, I definitely get it. Like, money talks, bullshit walks. So if that's your stance, cool, but sometimes we gotta stand for more than that, right? Especially if it's something that you say you genuinely enjoy. And, again, like from the clip, but he said he enjoyed that game. Like he said it was a game he would play, just not while he was streaming. It's just like, damn, bro. What are you standing on at that point? I don't like. Again, I'm not one to judge. You're gonna make your money, but there are things like that in combination. There are combinations of things like that where it's just like, there's shit like this that's ruining video games. People say gaming is dead. It's because of shit like that. Like, it's because people would rather not play the games they want to. Whenever some online game blowing my shit, I run on Switch 2 and play Pokemon Fire Red or Zelda, I fuck with, yeah. I mean, alright, so, and I'm a Pokemon fan. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I'm glad that they finally released Fire Red from their shackles, but I don't like the way Nintendo monetizes our nostalgia. They know what they're doing. There's a reason they only released it digital and didn't give us another cartridge. There's a reason they waited this long. There's a reason why they released these as separate $20 digital only downloads as opposed to putting it on the online service like they did with XD and what's the other one? Coliseum. They're playing games with us. I mean, they're playing games with us. And It's high key annoying. I'm at the point now where like, and I love goddamn Pokemon, so I'm not going nowhere. I'm at the point now where I'm sick and fucking tired of Nintendo. I'm sick and fucking tired of Nintendo. Only thing I would say is thank God it was fun. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. And I was talking to somebody about that too. Um, it shouldn't have been $20. Like, as cheap as I'm about to sound, as cheap as I'm about to fucking sound, bro. Like as cheap as I'm about to sound, those games should have been $20 for both. Like, it should have, since it's digital only, because if you buy them, you only get one of them, right? You only get Fire Red or Leaf Green for $20, right? They should have released it as a double pack for $20. The reason I say that is because now I'm thinking about the Pokemon Yellow remake that they came out with and pissed me off. Yo, bro. Like, they're doing this shit on purpose. And it sucks. Nintendo is the biggest fucking culprit when it comes to playing on nostalgia, bro. And it sucks because I love Pokemon. I'm a diehard through and through 100% thoroughbred Pokemon fan, my nigga. Like Fire Red and Leaf Green are literally the exact same. They dumped the actual cartridges. They dumped the ROMs off of those cartridges, took that ROM and just sold it for $20 a piece, bro. Every single glitch, hack, and exploit that were in the cartridges back in the day are still on the Switch on a Switch version, bro. Try them. The dupe glitch, the Nugget Bridge. The Nugget Bridge, Nugget exploit. That's still in it. Know what I mean? You can still run code off of those fucking games and to hack in anything you want, bro. It's the same game. They didn't update it. They didn't give it no quality of life changes. They literally dumped the same ROMs and charged you $40 in total for Fire Red and Leaf Green. $20 a piece. And I really feel some type of way about that. Because again, they're playing on our nostalgia. They know that the competitive people want those Pokemon specifically with those origin marks in their competitive teams. They know that. Yeah. Old dude who when you fight him, he'll give you the nugget, and then if you lose to him, you can go right back up to him, fight him again, he'll give you a nugget. You lose to him, go back to him, give you the nugget, you fight, you lose, you go back, he'll give you the, yeah, that's still in the game, bro. That is still in the game. The exploit where you can the mail exploit is still in the mail glitch is still in the game, where you can set up the code and everything, bro. Like, bro, it's the exact same ROM, bro. They literally took the old ROM that they dumped from the fucking cartridge and just put it on the online service. That's literally all they did, and it fucking sucks. Cause again, as a nigga that loves fucking Pokemon, bro, it really sucks. Cause it's just like, damn, like I be wanting to advocate for these niggas so bad, and then they do shit like that where it's just like, oh man, come on, like. Yeah, but that just comes from the new games now is like, I haven't played ZA, but I've seen the shiny hunting methods on ZA where like you literally just gotta walk through a door like twice and then you get like 80 fucking shiny Pokemon. And it's just be like, come on, my nigga, like. It's literally another version of what we've been talking about with older games compared to newer games and pay to win. Yeah, because if we being honest, that's Pokemon's version of pay to win. Know what I mean, granted, you're not paying for nothing. You ain't paying for shit. Again, it's just mad easy to get shinies when like we used to have to go through like you used to have to get a Ditto from a different language, from a different country, and breed that over 1,000 times with whatever it is you was looking for to not only get shinies but to get perfect IVs, like the reset, like soft resetting in front of shit, like bro, like the shit we used to have to go through. It used to take like I found more shiny Pokemon in what was the last one before ZA? Scarlet and Violet? Yeah. I found more shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet alone than I found in Pokemon in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Sun and Moon, Omega Ruby and Omega Sapphire put together. Like that's 7 games put together. I haven't found as many shinies as I found in one singular game. It's just like, bro, like, what are we doing here, man? XP share for everybody, which, granted, I'm not going to hold you. Like, I found more in Pokemon Go than all Pokemon. Oh, yeah. I ain't even think about Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon Go, I used to, like, yeah, nah. But like the XP share for everybody, shit like that, where it's just like, again, now they back in Gen 3. And guess what? You spend money in Pokemon Go. Because after 300 Pokemon, you run out of space. Know what I mean? You can't catch no more. And after like, I think it's like 60 items, know what I mean? You can't hold no more. So you gotta buy that bag extender for both. Know what I mean? And you gotta buy the raid passes, so that way you ain't gotta actually go out. You can just raid wherever you at, and you gotta, yeah, bro. You gotta buy the gold coins, and yeah, bro. But yeah, they spent all this new generation, this younger generation, spent all this time in Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, shit, even Sun, Moon, the later generations where it's like, yeah, bro, like everybody get a participation trophy. Oh, he was in your party? Yeah. He get XP. But like I said, they back in Gen 3 now, know what I mean? They back in Gen 3 where you had an XP share, but it only went to one person. And you actually shared your XP instead of everybody getting the full amount of XP. You literally had to split the amount of XP that you got with whoever had the XP share. And it was only for one Pokemon. So you know that Abra that you caught that only know teleport? Yeah, you got swap trading him. You know that Magikarp that you bought for $500 from that random dude in the Pokemon Center? Yeah, you got swap train him. He get good at level 20. But you got swap train him. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it's a gift and a curse to share the XP. Because I like, again, as someone who has the PTSD of having to train a Magikarp into a Gyarados, having to train a fucking Abra into a Kadabra and then trade it to the Alakazam. Like, yeah, like I do enjoy having the XP share. I feel like the argument like that I keep seeing online is it should be something that you can turn off. I do agree with that. Know what I mean? It's definitely something that you should be able to toggle on and off. Because it should be a thing where, like, there are players who would prefer to play without it. Why? You know, you want to put yourself through that pain? I'm not mad at it, right? But then there are people who, yeah, like sometimes I don't mind, like, late level grinding. That's the shit. Like, in the early games, I don't mind it, know what I mean? All I gotta do is go to Viridian Forest and just, know what I mean? Let me knock out them bugs real quick. But in the late levels where it's like XP, like certain Pokemon are in the medium to late, I mean medium to slow. Yeah, nah, I'm good off that. We're not about to sit here and spend 3 days training up this fucking Dragonite. Nah. I do think it should be nerfed. I do think there should be a balanced thing to where, yeah, like back in the day in the old games, it would literally share the XP as opposed to everybody getting full XP. You're giving half the XP to one Pokemon, half to the other one. It needs to be like everybody gets like a portion of it, you know. Yeah, I literally just bought that magic card. Yo, cause it's a good Pokemon. It is. It grows into a Gyarados. It becomes Gyarados. Like Gyarados, and again, this is something that people from the newer generations don't understand, and they will now that they're in Generation 3 proper. Gyarados was one of the best Pokemon in the first 3, maybe 4 generations of Pokemon. Know what I mean? It is literally top 3, maybe top 2 Pokemon. Like, the way the stats worked back then, yeah, Gyarados was broken. So it was worth grinding for that magic card to turn into a Gyarados. Nowadays, like, you got other Pokemon that are just as strong, maybe stronger, you know what I mean, as far as like move sets, all that extra shit. But Gyarados used to be a fucking G. A shiny Mega Dragonite is crazy. Is the shiny for Mega Dragonite blue? Or is it light? What is the color for the shiny Mega Gyarados? I know I can look it up, but I'm lazy. He wasn't fucking with me when I had nothing to fuck with me, but I got, yo, facts. Gyarados was that dude, bro. But yeah, Nintendo likes to play on the fact that green, they missed the opportunity. They should have made shiny Dragonite the color of Dragonair. That's what they should have did. But they love to play on our nostalgia, man. They love to. Oh, Mega Gyarados. Oh, Dragonite. No. You said Dragonite, not Gyarados. Mega Gyarados is red. I can't put a base here. They won't let me put an extra base. I don't know why. But yeah, they should have made where the orange come from. So apparently, and again, this is why, yo, you know what? I love the Pokemon company. I love Pokemon, like I do, to the point where like I know an obscene amount of Pokemon facts, and sometimes it scares me how much Pokemon knowledge I have. Dragonite wasn't what Dragonair was originally supposed to evolve into. It was supposed to be named that, but the actual design was supposed to be different. Mega Dragonite kind of looks like what Dragonair was supposed to evolve into. It was supposed to be like a fatter dragon. It was supposed to have arms, no legs, and it was supposed to have the wings, bigger wings on the ear. It was supposed to be basically that blue, but I don't know. They changed shit up. Apparently it didn't test well. But yeah, these companies they just be playing on shit like that where it's like they know there's gonna be a draw for damn them big choices. Are they chasing me? Yeah, that nigga's trying to get up here. Um, they trying to play on they play on the fact that they know they'll get like the pull. They're gonna be like, you know how many videos I've seen like when this shit got it when Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green got announced. You know how many videos I've seen of people making the most nonsensical like it's just shit where it's just like, bro, come on, my nigga. Like everybody knows that, but then I had to think everybody don't know that. Like everybody wasn't around, you know. Everybody wasn't around, so yeah. I mean, get your bag. If you can get people to watch your video and get your views up and shit, do it. Who am I to tell you not to? But it's just they play on shit like that where it's just like, yeah, we know people are gonna view it, we know people are gonna buy it. People have been asking for these games for literal decades now, and you know we're gonna give it to them when we feel like it. They trying to jump my boy. They trying to jump my boy. You whooping all of y'all. Oh, damn. You beat him, you done. You done. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good boy. Yeah, them niggas is terrible for that, and that shit is annoying, cause it just be like, yo, bro, you know people gonna spend $20 on that shit. You know people going, and then again, the thing that has always been an issue with Pokemon game, I won't really call it an issue. It's an issue. It's an issue. Like we can't deny it's not. It's an issue. But the thing that has always been an issue, there are 2 versions of it, and each has version exclusive Pokemon, which means in the long run, either you have to get the second one, or you got to get a homie with the second one. Which, again, that has always been a thing, so it's not like, oh, this is a new problem that they introduced by bringing the old games back. It's not that. Because even the new games is like that. But it's just like, for fuck's sakes, these games is... We gonna do something real quick. We're gonna do something real quick. Where the fuck is remote trading in Pokemon Go? Yeah, I saw that. That shit is again, man. It's a thing where they just. Oh. I don't know why I just did that. It's a thing where they just looking for the most convenience possible, and people aren't. People would rather just. People would rather have the convenience over actually doing. All right, there we go. People would rather have the convenience over actually fucking trying. So now I don't need a friend. I can just trade shit. Which, again, that's a gift and a curse. Because it's like, I kind of get it. But at the same time, it just be like, bro, like. September 7th, 2004. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green released in North America September 7th, 2004. These games are, which is, fuck, I'm old. Like, and I'm not, but fuck, like, that just made me, oh, fuck. I remember when these games came out, like, yeah, no, y'all don't get, like, I remember, like, literally, I remember when these games came out. Because I had a whole tragedy happen in my life at the top of this year, and this game was one of my rewards for everything that happened. Yo, bro, these games are 22 years old. 22 years old. In Japan, they dropped in January 22 years ago. And they charged niggas for every year that these games are. It's terrible. For every year that these games have been out, they charged $1. Because we gotta add the tax too. It's probably like 23 and some change with tax money. Like, these games are enhanced remakes of the original Fire Red. Of the original. Okay, never mind. I was about to snap because I was about to say, what the fuck did they enhance? What did they enhance on the digital version? They didn't enhance anything on the digital version. Nothing. But they are definitely enhanced versions of the original red and green version. But this is what I mean when I say, This is what I mean when I say Nintendo be playing on our tops. That's funny. World of Warcraft is still going. You can't tell me that background not hard. You can get Grand Theft Auto San Andreas released. I kind of want to say in September of 2004 too. I kind of want to say that came out September of 2004. It was released in October. I was a month off. It was released in October of 2004, right? That's a month after. It's a month after Fire Red. They re-released it. San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto, full priced. Nah, I mean, like $15 to $30 for the older version, right? Which OG versions. They released the definitive edition, which came with 3 video games for $60. You get 3 copies of Grand Theft Auto, 3 different versions of Grand Theft Auto for $60. So what Nintendo is telling us, this is what Nintendo is telling us. This is how they be playing on our tops. They be playing on our tops. Nintendo is telling you that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are of the same exact quality and standard and stature and content as Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition. Because 3 games for $60 makes $20 a piece. And they are selling you. This is what I be saying when I tell you they be playing on our top, chat. This is what I be saying. This is what I be meaning. Because in no world is Pokemon Fire Red or Pokemon Leaf Green of the same quality. The same exact, again, remember, as a matter of fact, okay. There are differences. Okay, the 2006 Switch release of Pokemon Fire Red is a digital emulated version of the 2004 classic. It is an emulation. It If you have sailed the seven seas at any point in time from 2004 to today, this is the same exact version. This is the same exact version that you have found on the open seas. This is the same exact version that you have found on the open seas at any point in time between 2004 and today. It's the same. It's just an emulated version of Pokemon Fire Red or Pokemon Leaf Green. The same things that, again, if you have sailed the seven seas at any point, if you sail the seven seas, I'll leave it at that, not me. Unlike the original, it lacks support for external peripherals, has altered items and Pokeball locations, and requires language-specific downloads. Which, language-specific downloads, that literally means absolutely nothing. Key differences. Connectivity and features. The Switch version uses built-in local wireless for trading and battling, removing the need for GBA link cables. I mean, that's obvious. That's a positive change. Event tickets for Deoxys and Ho-Oh-Lugia are now included in the game, allowing players to access the without turtle. Okay, that's actually pretty good too. That's something that's good too. Version change. The Switch version includes a profanity filter for naming. Some in-game item locations have been altered. Profanity filter, whatever. Why are you naming? This is a children's game. Oh, you know, kids are childish. You're right. Did you only release on the eShop? Does not support online matchmaking. Let me tell you something, chat. I'm probably not even in the frame right now. Let me tell you something, chat. You released a Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch, an online capable console. You released a Pokemon game, which, the thing is got to catch them all, but there are Pokemon that are only on Fire Red, then there are Pokemon that are only on Leaf Green. Like, you can't get a Growlithe in Leaf Green. You can only get them in Fire Red. You released a Pokemon game where people like to battle competitively. You know, people like to train up, IV train, EV train. People like to breed for the perfect Pokemon. You released a Pokemon game where fighting is a major part of it, and you removed the link cable aspect of it. And Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green were the first Game Boy Advance games, not Pokemon games, Game Boy Advance games in general that came with the wireless adapter for the Game Boy. You literally, when you bought Pokemon Fire Red or you bought Pokemon Leaf Green, they came when you bought them like brand new, not used, not from GameStop, pre-owned, not getting it from one of your homies. When you went to the store and you bought it brand new in the box, it came with a wireless adapter for your Game Boy Advance that you could use to connect to the Wi-Fi. Again, I'm about to age myself. Remember Linksys? To play with people. Guess where? Online. Fire Red and Leaf Green had this thing called the Union Room, where you could go into this room in the Pokemon Center and other people would be there, like randoms, people you didn't know, not your homies. Your homies could be there, but random niggas online. Nintendo, look me in my eyes. Nintendo. Look me in my eyes and tell me what the fuck was wrong with you when you decided to release a Pokemon game that originally came with online features without online features. You mean to tell me that I cannot play, trade, or fight against my friends online on Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, a thing that I was able to do on the original Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on a Game Boy Advance? I can only do all that on couch co-op. Granted, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at the fact that you half-assed multiplayer on a Pokemon game. You half-assed multiplayer on a Pokemon game. And do you know why? Do you know why we don't have online features on Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green? Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it is literally the exact same ROM from 2004. They knocked $15 off in 22 years, chat. They knocked $15 off the game in 22 years. When people claim that gaming is dead, and then we see things like this, where this is Europe. This ain't even this isn't Europe. You see shit like that, and it becomes a fucking meme. I'm like, You literally become fucking mean. Unsurprisingly, Fire Red Leaf Green lead this week. There's a must competition. You know. Doesn't matter. We're gonna buy it. They Nintendo deadass went into like one of their little cabinets, and their in one of their little back rooms. They shuffled through all their cartridges. And in the Game Freak section specifically, they went to the Game Freak section, and they grabbed a copy of Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Grabbed one cartridge each. Then they went to the R&D section, their R&D department. It was like, yo, do we got one of them? We got a ROM dumper. Yeah. Somebody was like, duh. Of course we have a ROM dumper. We just keep taking our old games and doing the same thing, right? I'm not bringing any, again, like I said earlier, I already know, like, companies like Take-Two will never work with me. EA will never work with me. Activision will never work with me. One company I always said I would have loved to work with. One company I always said I would love to work with. Ooh, Game Freak. Yeah, the Pokemon company in general. Not Game Freak, not Nintendo. I am a die-hard through and through thoroughbred Pokemon fan. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And if I lose out on future sponsorships by being real and honest about how I feel about certain things, then so fucking be it. I'm not going to sell my soul or trade my morals in or the things that I believe are right just for money or just to be able to be in the rooms with these people and these companies that I enjoyed growing up that have basically lost faith with me as an adult, you know. I have not had the most faith in the Pokemon company for their gaming sector in years now, you know. There was a point in time when I tried to justify it and say, yeah, you know, Nintendo's holding them back and I'm at the point now where it's just like, no, like, you're the most profitable media property in the fucking world. There is not a single either way, Pokemon is still the biggest. Like, you're not going to tell me with $15 billion, you're worth more. You're worth more than the company you're under. You're worth more than the company you're under, bro. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, no, seriously, what are we doing here? As of early March 2026, Nintendo's market cap is approximately $6.4 billion. So what are we doing here? We're at a point where there's no excuses on why your game should be as fucked as they are. Like, like again, when people say gaming is dead, they look at things like this where you have billion-dollar corporations releasing bullshit. I know there's this whole narrative around Skate, the fact that it's a free-to-play game, and EA is basically releasing bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and it's just like, the fuck are we doing, man? Like, they're paying these people to line their pockets and release bullshit, and it sucks, cause you lose your real fans, you lose the real players, and you got a bunch of people out here spewing a bunch of bullshit ass narratives that gaming is dead, but it's not really dead. It's just y'all don't want to do shit, bro. Like, just be like, damn, like, I don't know, man. I've um I've come to the realization that people always say you gotta vote with your wallet. You gotta vote with your wallet. I mean, stop spending money on these games. Stop doing shit like that. Y'all keep saying y'all don't want live service games, but y'all keep playing live service crap. I don't think the solution anymore is to like vote with your wallet or not buy games. I don't think that's the solution. I really think the solution at this point is to just like lock in on your interest. Stop allowing social media and shit to dictate your interest. A lot of people allow content creators and quote unquote influencers to tell them what they like and what they don't like. In reality, you just need to just do what you like. Like, again, I play a lot of Fortnite. Like, I be getting it in. You'll never hear me saying, "Oh, no, I mean, we don't need live service games. We don't need." Nah, I'm not gonna hold you. I enjoy them. I enjoy games that I can play forever. You know, it comes a point where everything grows stale, but shit, if it doesn't have to, I'm not mad at it. Do I think every game needs to be like that? Not the fuck at all. Not every game needs to be an infinite loop. Some games do need to end. Some games do need to be a 15 to 20-minute ride where there's a story and I can get to the end eventually. You know? Does that mean I don't want any games, any live service game? No, I do. I thoroughly enjoy live service games. Again, if it's a game I really enjoy, now, why wouldn't I want to play it 5, 10 years from now? Shit, I've been playing the same Pokemon games for my whole life. I always go back and play Blue, Emerald, Crystal, Fire Red, Leaf Green. I always go back and play these games, Why? Because I enjoy them. So I will never be the one to say we don't need live service games. Again, I think the conversation needs to stop being so disingenuous. It's not that we don't need any more live service games. We need to stop getting these half-baked live service games. Back to Skate. Skate is not a complete game. Granted, it's quote-unquote early access, but I think I'm at the point where not every game needs to be free. Arc Raiders was supposed to be a free game. They decided to pivot to a paid service, and it's working for them. It really is working for them. Maybe Skate needed to be $20, $30, $40, Not everything needs to be free. Not everything needs to be live service. But I won't say I don't want one. Skate is the perfect game to be a live service game, if we're being completely honest. That's the thing that people don't want to do, be honest. They heard it was live service and free to play and was just like, we don't want that. We don't, no. When in reality, there's a lot of people screaming skate culture, but don't know skate culture. Skate culture is literally just people randomly meeting up at spots. As an ex-skater myself, what we used to do was just go to spots, random spots, and we meet up with people there. It was basically a real-life MMORPG. So it being a live service game is not a detriment in itself. What is the detriment is the fact that it's free to play. And so now they have to heavily monetize things like skateboard decks and like clothes and shit like that. And it's just like, I'm in that camp of people who will tell you, you don't have to spend any money on that game. The gameplay is great. You can just skate around in that game and enjoy yourself. I had somebody argue with me that, you just want to skate? That's all you want to do in the game? Yeah. In a skateboarding game? Yes. It's the main thing I want to do. I want to skate with my people. I want to complete challenges and shit. I want to see what crazy ass lines I can come up with. But the gist of it is I want to skate. The gameplay is great. The framework around it is not. And again, it's more of a thing where I don't think the game deserves to not exist. The game has its place in the world. I just think things should have been done differently. Better. Much better. Things should have been done much better. You can't tell me the game is in pre-alpha right now while it's in early access when you told me that 4 years ago when you first announced it. Remember how I said, live service games and things, they're ruining gaming. There's a caveat to that. People like to say that. I don't like to say that. I don't think live service games have ruined gaming per se. I would say it shifted the landscape of gaming. I would definitely say it shifted the landscape of gaming because we now live in a world where, again, a game technically doesn't have to end. A company can and probably will continue to support a video game until they literally can't anymore. Or oh, there you go. Is that? Yeah. That's back. That's back. Um, fuck. I just went on a little tangent, and I don't know when exactly the mic cut out. Okay. 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 I bet I know exactly where I was at. Um, we live in an era where, yeah, technically a game doesn't have to end. But I grew up in a time where when you would go to these stores, where you would go to your GameStops or your EB Games or your Funko Lands or your Circuit Cities, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, um, wherever you were going to get your game, you would go into there because there were no digital downloads. You had to physically walk into a store and go over to the area where the gaming was, grab your game off the shelf, bring it to the counter, give them physical money. They would give you your game back with your receipt, and then you would walk or go your ass home
Put your disc in the tray, your cartridge in the slot, and that product was full. It was it. That was it. That's what you got. Whether it was working or not, whether it was broken or not, there were plenty of games back in the day that were broken. Just plenty of games that was just fucking broken messes, man. Where it's like, not that it didn't like physically work, but it just was a shitty game that just, yeah. And it's like that's what you had. Like there was no going to the there was no downloading an update, or there was none of that. You know what I mean? There was none of that. You just got the game that you paid for. Nowadays we're spoiled. Nowadays we are extremely spoiled to the point where like there's a patch the second the game drops. Like they don't even optimize it for release because they know for a fact that they're going to release another patch the day it comes out. So why make sure it's optimized for the release when we're just going to release a patch when it comes out? Things like that. Like we're at the point where people are paying full price for games that they know for a fact are not finished, early access games. So you mean to tell me I have to pay you full price for a game that's not done? For a game that's not even part of the way done? I was just playing Power World. Power World was $40, $50 game, so it's not a whole $70 game, granted. But it was paid for. Money was spent on it. And it's not even in its 1.0 state. It's still in its early access. It's things like that where we're conditioned to pay for these games before they're finished. And sometimes we pay for games before they're finished and they never get finished. Or they end up not turning into the game that we were promised because people voice their opinions. Oh, we don't like things like this and we don't like that like that. All right, cool. Well, let me change this entire game. I spoke earlier about how I was a huge Overwatch fan. How I've been playing that since day one. Overwatch now is not Overwatch that I started playing. Shit, Overwatch now is not Overwatch 2, what it originally was. We're accustomed to patches and games being updated and things being taken care of down the line to the point where we think it's okay to just pay for things that aren't complete. We can't go to work and work half-ass and make the money to pay for these games. But we're allowed to spend that money that we worked our ass off for half-ass things. It's not right. It's not fair. It's something that's completely, it fucking sucks. Right? Like let's just call it what it fucking sucks. Because at this point, again, we're paying full price for things that aren't finished or might never be finished. A lot of games don't come out of early access. A lot of games stay in early access their entire lifespan. A lot of games who stay in early access for their entire lifespan only have like a year lifespan. Then you get games that aren't even in early access that are quote unquote the full games. They just die out. Because they suck. They're not complete games. Oh, but the developer is banking on the fact that a lot of people will play it even though it's not complete, and they'll drop a season pass or they'll drop a, something to, and it's just like, bro, what? Again, we used to play fighting games. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had over, I don't even remember how many. It was a lot. Over 100 fighters, bro. Day one, not a patch, not an update, not a season pass, not a download pack, not a fighter pack. None of that. Sparking Zero, most of the characters is downloadable. DLC. Granted, I will say it did start off with a lot of fighters. I'm not going to sit here and say it didn't. But Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like Injustice. Like, Injustice doesn't count because that's a newer fighting game and it came out around the era of DLC characters. But Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, the big three of fighting games. Games that prided themselves in having characters. Now, they don't have anybody. You got to pay for everybody. We're accustomed to that now. They introduced it, and we didn't complain, and so now it's the standard. And that's how everything is. That's how basically everything in the industry is. They introduce something, nobody complains about it, or not enough people complain about it. The majority doesn't. The majority accepts it. And so it becomes law. It becomes the standard. And again, I think it all stems back to the pandemic. Granted, it was an issue prior to that. It definitely was an issue prior to that. I'm not about to say like, it only happened during COVID or when COVID. No, it was happening before that. No, definitely. But I do feel the influx of consumers over gamers really accelerated the issues. But I'm pushing on 3 hours. I've been rambling long enough. If you haven't realized yet, TYS stands for Talk Your Shit. I think I'm going to do this every Sunday. And yeah, I'm just gonna come on here, have some gameplay in the background. The gameplay don't even matter. But really, and the only thing that's important is the shit that we talk about, I'm going to talk my shit. Might have some guests up here. Gonna figure it out as we go. We're gonna make this happen. This is just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Just really come on here and just speak my piece, talk my mind. And like I said, with everything that's going on and gaming now, I feel like now would be the perfect time for something like this. For someone to just unapologetically speak their mind, speak facts. I know what I'm talking about. I also do the research for it and everything. I'm someone who's in the gaming zeitgeist. I'm someone who actually games. And yeah, I'm someone who's affected by this because I'm someone who grew up in an era of real, true gamers who had no issue with playing a variety of games, where now we just have the specialist gamers who came in during COVID who only play certain things and they stay in their lane. There's nothing wrong with staying in your lane, but it's an issue with it when you start speaking on the broad spectrum of things when you don't know anything except 2K and Call of Duty and Madden. So on that note, happy Sunday. If nobody told you this today, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're appreciated. And go G out. And make sure